All right, folks, welcome to the first episode of A Loser's Guide to Golf. Now, this is a podcast started by myself, Trevor Yu, your host, and we're just going to be talking about, golf and a lot of other things, some stories that you got to tell and, all of the above. So today, first episode, we have our guest, Keaton Goods.
Yeah, thank you for having me on the show. I mean, it means a lot to be here. I've never been on a show like this before. I got a lot of things to say. I think I have a lot of wisdom. I've done a lot of crazy things in my life and seen a lot of things, so it means a lot to be here and to tell my story.
Keaton, why don't we start? So where are you from?
I'm from Victoria, BC, Canada. Just a small place, small things, big things happening, but it's a good spot.
What are you, a sophomore now?
Yeah.
Oregon State?
Exactly that. Yeah, I learned a lot of things freshman year. I mean, living in Tebow Hall, it was the slums, I guess you could say, but it was royalty of the slums because it's the best hall there was. But being a sophomore this year, I feel like I brought a lot of better things to the table. It's really good to be here. Yeah.
Perfect. So you are involved in the golf team. Am I right about that? Am I right in assuming that you do play golf?
Yeah.
At Oregon State?
Yeah, you're right on point, pal.
So how'd you get into golf?
Initially, I got into golf with my parents. I mean, they were big facilitators of the sport. And I was introduced at a young age and picked it up right then. I mean, it means a lot to be able to play golf here. And I was recruited for a reason, and that's why I'm here.
Talk about college golf. I mean, you're almost halfway through now?
Yeah.
Maybe tell us, what do you do on a daily basis? What do you do? Practice, workouts, whatever, etc. What do you do? Monday to Friday kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, if we were to dive into things early, it's a lot of Bernie sets in the gym. I mean, for me, it's just pounding the weights. And I feel like, for most golfers, they say they stretch a lot. For me, once I hit rip chest, I try to avoid the stretching. I like to keep my swing tight and compact. And when it comes down to things, I'm just trying to hit fairways, hit it far, and make a lot of birdies, And if I can keep doing that, then I think I can make the traveling team week to week. So the boys respect it, and I respect them, and that's what it means.
So you talked about being in the gym a lot.
Yeah.
I know you're one who does count their macros.
Yeah.
Why don't you just talk a little bit about your gym routine and maybe dieting and stuff like that? What's your philosophy when it comes to those things?
Yeah, I mean, as you know yourself, it's tough on the road. I do count my macros and my micros, and I pull at the scale from time to time to weigh my meat because I'm trying to, keep the carbs to a minimum. And as long as I'm getting the calories that I need per day, and if I can stick to that plan, I think in 3 to 4 months I should be shredded, and I might even make magazines soon. So it's really tough regime, but here at Oregon State we have great facilities, and for me it's all about putting up the numbers in the gym. That's what it is.
You know what they say, school comes first, golf comes second. Why don't you talk a little about academics? What you're majoring in, what you have majored in before.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. First thing coming here, I mean, I dabbled into business. I figured it was the best thing for me coming in. Golf and business kind of come hand in hand. But I was quick to learn that it wasn't for me. Numbers were not my thing. I'm more of a creative guy. Feel like I can, pull a rabbit out of a hat, if you will. But yeah, business wasn't for me, and I soon realized that I was a digital communication arts guy, and the arts is where it was at. And I was just being able to create content, kind of tell my story through a lens.
You do have, you're active on social media. You do have, a different photography account.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have a segment here.
Yeah.
On A Loser's Guide to Golf.
Yep.
And it's Explain That Instagram.
Yeah, why don't we
may have seen this on other podcasts and YouTube video shows, but just scrolling through your Instagram, you got a lot of fishing photos.
Absolutely, man. I mean, being up north, I live 10 minutes from the ocean. I like to pound the fish hard in the summer. They're shaking in their scales when I'm on the island, so that's a good thing.
Why don't you just tell us what this caption is?
For sure. Let me, obviously there's a lot of jargon happening here, but bullet rolled bait through this mama's kitchen. Yeah, so what that means is I got a nice, okay, this is a story. It's going to take a couple seconds, but this is a story. So picture this. Nice morning. I mean, gorgeous morning. And I was out on my buddy's boat, and I picked up the nicest piece of herring, probably 6, maybe 4 inches long, just crispy, good looking herring. You know, it's fresh, straight out of the freezer. Put it in my teaser head, sent it down. No more than 30 seconds later, my rod is just doing Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it's just going wild. Grab it, cork up into this thing, and it just starts peeling line. And holy crap, I knew right then I had a good fish on. I started yippering and yollering, and everyone around me is just like, holy Christ, this kid knows how to fish. And sure enough, got it to the boat, bagged it, got the picture, hit the gram later that night, and I was the happiest kid in town. Happiest kid in town.
Why don't you like walk us through like how do you take one of these fish Instagram pictures?
Yeah.
You know, like there's
It's
not there's a method to this madness.
Absolutely.
You know, it's not just kind of show and tell kind of thing.
Yeah, no, for sure. There's a lot of things that go into this. I mean, when you're posting a picture like this, you're gonna get a lot of clout. That's what it comes down to. So for me, you know, you got to get the fish. Obviously, I like to hold the tail in the right hand, kind of under the gills with the left hand, and obviously I have a good smile. So I'm smiling.
So what kind of smile like?
For me, it kind of ranges, but I like to go to like the side, kind of like this. You know, this is what it would look like this. And for me, so you can hold the fish really tight to your body, but it doesn't look good for the camera. So we hold it like 4 to 12 inches out, like this, with the side smile. And it just, oh man, you're gonna get extra likes on Instagram and people go wild. Something else.
Oh, let's go to this one.
Yeah.
So obviously, here we have Keaton with his hype beast attire.
Yeah.
Got some Yeezys. Why don't you explain this photo? You know, what went into it?
Yeah.
What props did you have, or what props didn't you have
Absolutely. Okay.
to create this moment?
For me, I like 2 genres. I like country, and then I like rap. Nothing really in between. It obviously depends on the day and how I'm feeling. But in this situation, I was obviously feeling rap. So I decided to put my, one of my most hype beats outfits on. And this was clearly before I started hitting the gym. Obviously, I'm a little bit bigger now. But I decided to put my most hype beast outfit on. Went down to your local train tracks, and went into my my teammates' shoe contorium and grabbed the Yeezys.
And what does what did
Yeah.
the Yeezys do to this photo?
At the time, Yeezys were hype as hell, so I knew I was in for some good likeage. But what I didn't realize was the hate I'd get for the shoes not being mine. So I mean, I did get a lot of backlash, but if you look, I got 241 likes. So at the end of the day, I'm still cheesing.
Yeah, you're swimming. You're swimming.
Yeah.
I mean, if you haven't noticed already, being from Canada,
Yeah.
me and you, we talk a little differently.
Yeah.
The term beauty,
Yeah.
that's something that we typically say up north. That's not really expressed down here.
No.
Why don't you tell the folks, what is a beauty first,
What is beauty? Yeah.
and what does it take to be a beauty?
Yeah. There's a couple things that come along with the status of being a beauty. First thing is you got to be for the boys. When it comes down to things, like you got to be there for the boys. The boys will be there for you. And if you can just, be one of the boys, hang out with the boys, fish with the boys, play hockey with the boys, grab Tim Hortons with the boys, you're gonna be a beauty. And you just got to be able to send. That's what it comes down to. I mean, if you can just do those things and be raised with passion, you're gonna be a beauty. But it's definitely an up north thing. So
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
something you can't teach. It runs in the blood. I mean, there's beauties out there that are good with the girls. Obviously, for me, it's just a work in progress. But I would say I'm pretty close to full status beauty. Maybe like 9th, 10th of a beauty. So I'm coming. I'm there. I'm almost there. I gotta fill those boots, but I'm almost there. Yeah.
I know you love YouTube. You watch a lot of vlogs.
Yeah.
You actually we do co-own our own channel called the Canadian Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
As you can see, Keaton is dressed like a Canadian cowboy.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell the folks out there, what was our inspiration, what we're going for, what story we're trying to tell with that channel?
Yeah. So I mean, what it all comes down to is I got a couple favorite YouTubers. John Olson, big fan. The quality content that he puts out just is astonishing. Goes to the nicest places, has the hottest girl. He's living the life, you could say. He makes a lot of money, and I respect the man because he works hard. And then the other channel I enjoy is the Nelk Boys. And those guys are always out there to have a good time. They are full senders, absolute straight to the book beauties, and they're always they are always there for the boys. They're there to make the people laugh, and that's why I enjoy them, because they're there. Yeah, they're there. They're Canadian beauties, and they're beauties.
On that channel, we've released maybe 5-6 videos so far.
Yeah. So what we were going with for the Canadian Cowboys were we're out there to put out content because, as you know, having the opportunity to play at Oregon State, we're going to go to pretty nice places. We're going to see pretty nice things, and we're going to do pretty nice things on the golf course. So, we just decided to, bring that to YouTube, add a little flavor of Canadian Cowboys, and, just create content that people would like to see, and we can look back and be like, wow, we really did that, and, it's been a good thing, yeah.
Season 2 coming up soon.
Yeah.
Links will be in the description below.
Link in description. Yep.
The 9-0.
Yeah.
What's the 9-0?
So the 9-0 is obviously the roof that we're under.
And what is the 9-0 is short for?
The 905, which is the address, but we're not putting that in the description because we don't want lineups at the doors. The 9-0, we got 5 guys living under a roof, most of which that are beauties. We look after each other under this house. Yeah. It gets a little cold because we got to keep the price down, so heating is at a minimum. But overall, it's quite the facility. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have a good time at the 9-0.
Yeah.
Just to wrap things up, what's your favorite part about college?
Oh, for me, by far, it's the people I've met. Being around this big guy right here, learning a lot of things from him. It's been, obviously a landmark for me. Yeah, it's been awesome to be a part of this kind of a community and atmosphere, and just enjoying playing golf every day, doing school every day, going to the gym every day, and sending every weekend. So yeah, it's been a real blast. It's been good. Thanks for having me on the show today.
Yeah, no worries. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in on the first installment of A Loser's Guide to Golf. We didn't talk about much golf this time, but I'm sure next episodes we'll get around to it.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Keaton, for being on the show.
Thanks for having me, Tom. It's been good.